So your path, obviously, to where you're at today, was it when you say your parents were not happy because you were a good athlete? How did you get them? How do you convince them to let you do this thing? Was it something where you're like, look at my scoreboard, or look at these checks that I'm winning?
Honestly, I think my teammates were in the same boat as me. Like the one we won the first major, going into the game, we were like, we're probably not going to travel for this game. If we win these first couple online tournaments that give us good money, maybe our parents will let us, and maybe we can use that money to go to the event.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did, and we even won that first event. So once I got in like a real paycheck, like these thousands coming in from the first event, my parents were.
How much was it?
I think it was like $6,000 each.
$6,000 each.
It wasn't too bad.
16 years old.
Yeah, so like at the time they're like, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
And then like Gears just kept announcing more prizings and like bigger prize pools, and like it just got more real and real like as time went. And yeah, by the time I was 18, I moved down here, and the circuit got even bigger, like $3 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
So
down here, you mean
Texas.
Texas. Were you here before us, or is it 3 years that since you've been here?
3 years since I've been here. I moved at 18, so going on 4.
So you're 22 at 16. It's been 6 years since your career truly began, and you've gone down this path where you've sort of solidified yourself as the best, if not one of the best, Gears of War player. Not because anybody handed that to you, but because through your aim and abilities, you were able to successfully repeat over and over and over the things that you've done. How many total championships have you had call it in your entire career, if you can?
22 majors. 22 majors.
22 majors. How many does Scump have? 24? Let me look in the meantime. So that's no joke, right? Obviously, you're at the top, and whether or not there's viewership for your particular esport or not, it doesn't matter. The competition is the competition, and 28. So Scump has 28. Crim 6 is at 35, I believe, or 32, something along those lines. So you're close to those numbers, right? Obviously, if you look at Ogre. What is it? Tom Ryan Ogre. Like, if you look at him, he's up there too in terms of championships in Halo, and everybody respects that, and everybody follows that, and everybody's like, yeah, that's one of the goats of console esports because he won that much. You have sort of already gotten there in 6 years. You're 22 now, and you've sort of solidified yourself in this, like as I just mentioned, as one of the best, if not the best. And now you have decided to make the transition to a different esport. A lot of people have done that before you. Some of them have succeeded. Some of them the majority of them have not. I always forget about Enable, so I'm going to say Enable first. Enable was one of the first. I think Formal was the first one. Then Enable. Who else? Crim 6 did it very, very early on. And obviously now you. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. Shotzi,
Yeah.
And Hook.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, I forget a lot of people. I apologize. My brain's old. Neither here or there. So once you've seen these dudes switch from their esport to this one, did you say, like, if they can do it, I can do it too?
I mean, I don't really look at other people and like base like what they can do is what I can do. I kind of just like know what I'm capable of. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a mindset I have. I feel like I've just been really good at Call of Duty, and it's like one of the games where, like, year by year, I watch like COD Champs or something after like a year's event with the team. And I'm just like, I wish I was in those moments, like those clutch situations. They just something about it, it's just like bigger and all that. So honestly, that's where I'm at with that. I mean, honestly, I just have a lot of faith in myself.
Yeah, I mean, you have a good track record. Now, what makes you say, right? Because obviously the Halo kids that came over, they are playing a first-person shooter. You come from a third-person shooter perspective, where it's obviously completely different than what we've been playing lately, right? Or that we play in Call of Duty. Was that a hard transition for you to sort of figure out, or was it easier?
Honestly, it just came natural. I don't really see anything like different from it, honestly. Like, going from third person to first person, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, my off time when I play Gears of War, I usually play first person shooters. Like, if it's CS, Valorant, like just all kind of battle royale games, and then like Call of Duty, and then Halo, I play them all. So honestly, it just feels the same to me.
Yeah. So you go from seeing your character and your character's movements and actually seeing your guy be, wall bouncing or doing whatever, to in a first person perspective where your gun's the only thing you see, no difference. It's just point and click.
Literally no difference for me. I swear. I mean, if anything, third person feels weirder to me.
Now it does, or
well, no, just in general. Like I play a lot of games, and it's like I play less Gears than. Yeah, I play a lot more first person than third person, even when I compete at the highest level in Gears.
Yeah. So Gears of War, obviously you're very accomplished in it. You won us. I mean, obviously they're here. You won us a lot of championships. I can't ever thank you for that. Obviously, like you guys represented my brand to the most perfect way that you could have. Right? Not only were you guys good kids, but also you exemplified what it means to be a champion. Explosive is one of my favorite people in this world. You're one of my favorite people in this world, just simply because you guys come from and this is something that I don't get, but it sort of shows in the way that you act online. Okay, obviously Explosive is a very, very talkative person. Everybody in Gears is the fucking point and talk shit. You're the guy that just sits there. Right?
Yeah.
Do you have those moments where you get up and then you point at people, or
I've never,
few and far between?
I've never had that moment like on LAN or something. I kind of just like keep to myself and just focus. Like it's never over. Like even if I'm up 4-0, like going first to 5 in Gears, it's never over because I've been in those scenarios where I'm down 4-0 and we come back and win, and then like the other team's just like astonished now. Like now they're in their own heads. Like I was talking all this shit and now we lost. Now it's just not a good feeling. So like I just never been that guy. I just like to keep composed and just keep thinking next. Yeah. Like even after I win an event, it's like it's a good win, but like I want to win the next one, so I always just keep the eyes forward.
That's crazy, man. Again, when your boys are getting up there and you know getting the crowd riled up and then talking shit to the like I you know as a team owner, which I never ever point at anybody or talk shit like that. It kind of made me want to do it, right? It kind of wanted me to made me want to jump in with Gil, but yeah, Gil, get their ass, man. You know what I'm saying? Like scream, but. Obviously, you don't, and it reflects on the way that you act on Twitter, right? Like when everybody was talking shit, when everybody was fucking upset, when everybody was like had all their opinions formed about you before knowing you, before even researching you, before even giving you a shot to do something. A lot of people were talking shit. You said nothing. You said nothing. Why?
Honestly, it's just like it doesn't matter to me. Like I could be the best player in the world, and if they think I'm ass, then it's like I don't care. As long as I'm doing what I'm doing and like, just doing me, that's all that matters. And just looking like I said, just keeping my eyes forward and just I want to be the best. Like I want to be the best Call of Duty player now. So if I'm not the best, then it doesn't really matter to me. They can talk all that shit, but I mean, I get it. I get their standpoint, all that. It's whatever. But I'm just here to play.
What point do you get?
I mean, I get the feeling like they want to be noticed and all that. So I get it. So it's like I can see a little bit more pressure on them. But at the end of the day, like if you're that good, you'll get your shot. And I think that's what they don't get, and it's honestly just coming down to mindset for them. I think what separates like the best from like amateurs is mindset, and I don't think all the amateurs have that mindset, and maybe some do, and those are the ones that get noticed. So
and you think that amateur mindset is something that people can grow out of the more that they concentrate on things. So you can't really blame them, right? Like I mean, that's an amateur mindset, right? To be like, oh, somebody's taking my spot. Where if this person didn't exist in this world, your spot would still be taken by somebody else and not you, right? So it ultimately. I mean, I think Zuma said it, that if you're good enough, you're going to be picked. The period, right? If you're a good teammate, if you have a good attitude, you're going to get picked. Now, I personally don't put a lot of weight into the way people act online. I don't mind if people talk shit online. I don't mind the way that a lot of people say that that organizations pay a lot of attention to the way that people act on Twitter and as long as you're not saying anything racist, anything homophobic or anything like outlandish. Like I don't give a shit if you're talking shit to other people or if you feel entitled that you should have done something or if you feel a certain way about something, right? Like you can say whatever you want. That's your account. And sure, some listen, I'm not giving anybody a pass here. There are organizations that care about that and they should. I just, it's just not me. I know that I'm not the perfect person. I know that I talk a lot of shit and I can't even back it up sometimes, right? In game, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So for me, it's like, people can talk their shit. That's never going to reflect badly, in my opinion. If I come across a player that Scump and company pick as one of the replacements for whoever, I'm not going to go and, look through shit. Like I'm going to see whether or not they've been on the news for saying racist shit or for saying,
Outlandish,
homophobic shit. Yeah, just outlandish shit. But aside from that, man, freedom of speech, do your thing. I'm indifferent either way. So I got to commend you, right? A lot of people were talking a lot of shit. And when I would see something like that, I would want to say something, but I'm like, that is not my fight. That's none of my business. But it got to the point to where I felt like I needed to make a video to sort of explain something to people. And the video did really well, right? A lot of people understood that you're just one dude that's trying to make a living a different way.